done to a single woman, and to watch him in judgment.
Which led to death. Not to talking about a theoretical porn movie at a lunch.
Beyond that, Dennis, think about this. Gosh, I used to think I was dumb when I was in college because I did not understand what the Noam Chomsky-type professors were talking about. It was gobbledygook. But I started to trust my common sense, and in this regard, I thought about something.
Tell us when we come back. I want to tell everybody, righteous indignation. Andrew Breitbart, my guest. I'm Dennis Prager. This was the theme when Andrew Breitbart first heard the Dennis Prager Show.
For a very long time, and it absolutely horrified me when you changed it, because my wife and I would listen to your show. We agreed on one thing in a great way, that Dennis Prager was like the thing that basically started off our day. We'd be having our coffee together, and we'd listen to the show together, and we just found it so bizarre. After a lifetime of having gone to the Avco Cinema Center in Westwood, and just movies, entertainment, bars, fun and frivolity, we found it so weird that morality and ethics was titillating. It was just the most bizarre, jarring juxtaposition. I had spent 4 years in New Orleans doing what people do in New Orleans to a degree that I shouldn't have done it, and I remember feeling wayward to a degree that I was like, who am I, what am I? And I'm telling you, it granted me my bearings to say, this is right, this is wrong, this is up, this is down. And the moral relativism that I existed in was just pure chaos. I had a professor at Tulane when I had a bad semester say, you know what you should do? Take off a semester, go to New York, and do what I did when I took a semester off. Go drop some acid. That's the type of tutelage that I was receiving when I left college, when I was in college. So to hear morality and ethics, and to start realizing that it was granting me all of the things that I had that my parents had given me, and that gave me the most important thing. My wife and I both, when we started dating each other, both had insomnia. She'd watch Simon and Simon. She'd watch Remington Steele, and I'd watch Simon and Simon to get to bed at night at 1. And I'd say we stopped having insomnia, I think, at about the time. Once you're comfortable in your own shoes and you can allow for your common sense to kind of guide you, I think you gave us the confidence, to realize that all this liberalism that you're being inundated that says there is no up and down, there is no right and wrong, it's disorienting. It's just fundamentally disorienting. And when you basically tapped us into our natural state that, wait, that's black, that's white, that's red, that's brown, we aren't a cell on a antler of a deer in, Zepton 3. We're human beings on planet Earth. And it actually made it so I could go to sleep at night.
That's wonderful. The book that he has written, and it's as interesting as his speaking, is Righteous Indignation. Excuse me while I save the world. Andrew Breitbart, and it is up at DennisPrager.com. Andrew, I want for my own interest, and I know my listeners' interest, to see how you work. For example, let's take the most recent event that you've been involved in, and that is with Anthony Weiner. Now,
nice transition to a salacious story now.
No, actually, I don't cover salacious stories, as it happens. It's actually his handling of it that I find far more interesting than any of the salaciousness. But I want to understand how you say you broke it. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, how did that happen? Did people just send something to Andrew Breitbart? How does it work?
That's basically what happened, but I think that we can kind of tie this into the greater conversation that we were having. At 7:30 at night, or thereabout, I wasn't looking at the clock, I looked at my iPad and I saw that somebody on Twitter had retweeted something from Rep. Weiner's account. I clicked on it. I looked at the offending image, and I swear it was kind of like a hologram at Coney Island. At first, I didn't understand what I was looking at.
Right.
And I turned it upside.
It's not obvious.
Right, it's not obvious. And I looked, I go, oh,
that.
I know what that is. And I called up my editors, and I said, this is very strange. We need to find out if this came from his actual account. And we spent a few hours, figuring that out. We were able to verify that it came from his Twitter account, from his YFrog account where he uploads images to. And while that was happening, we started to see that the female that he sent the images to was taking down her Twitter account and her Facebook account, and that Congressman Weiner was now deleting all images from his photo files that were public, not just the offending one, but truly inoffensive ones. And it looked like the makings of a cover-up, but at that point we still didn't run with it, because what are we running with? Oh, look, a congressman, publicly tweeted a picture of a man. Well, I know that because I'm on the right, I admit that I'm on the right, I'm just going to be looked like I'm some type of a TMZ person that's, getting into the salacious for salacious sake. So somebody could have broken it during that period of time, probably for about 3 or 4 hours. We had it. We investigated it. It was when Congressman Weiner posted on his Twitter account that he was hacked, that his Facebook account was hacked, that we realized we had a legitimate news story and not a salacious story.
Because of his comment.
Well, I mean, there are rules within Congress, within the congressional manual. If you are hacked or if your computer systems are compromised, you need to report it to the federal authorities.
Which he did not do.
Yes, and for the entire weekend, this is where it gets very Clintonian, and he's very close with the Clintons. And you'll read in the book, I worked with Matt Drudge during I knew Matt Drudge very well during the period of the Linsky thing, and I learned everything you need to know about how the Clintons will, clean up a mess for you, and it usually involves Saul Alinsky's tactics of blaming the messenger. And so we posted this on Friday, and I waked to a barrage from legitimate left-wing sources like Salon.com accusing me of savaging the girl that the tweet was sent to. We chose to redact her name. We never reported her name. Gawker chose to put out her name. We didn't, yet we were accused of savaging the girl. Then Daily Kos, whose founder, Marcus Malitzis, goes on Meet the Press. His website accused me of being the hacker, that I was the person that he was saying did the hacking. And so from Saturday, Sunday through Monday, I was now under assault at La Quinta down in Rancho, or down in Palm Desert. I had my emails were filled with, how dare you hack this guy's email and put that image up there. His hacking meme bought him 36 hours to try and kill the story. But he finally came out on Monday and said, this isn't a hack, it's a prank. A hack is completely different from a prank. A hack is malignant and illegal, which requires a federal investigation. He realized he couldn't afford for the feds to look into his computers, quite obviously, and he tried to downgrade it. But for that 72 hours, he was able to buy Clintonian time to get the highest levels of the left to attack me mercilessly. My book covers, these are their tactics. It's Saul Alinsky over and over, over and over.
And the book is Righteous Indignation, Excuse Me While I Save the World, Andrew Breitbart. And the book is up at DennisPrager.com. If you have questions for this force of nature in American politics, Andrew Breitbart, 1-8-PRAGER-776. Hi, everybody. Dennis Prager here. And my guest is nationally known Andrew Breitbart. He's a major force on the right in the United States. We were talking, and I very rarely say this because I don't like hearing it as a listener. We were talking during the break about, but it's relevant here. We were talking in the break. Actually, Alan was asking him about how it feels to be subjected to so much vitriol, viciousness, hatred, attacks. and which you are, because you are